because you need the touch, you need to pay having. Just think about this. You say 10 gigabytes, meaning there is 10 billion bytes of the byte, 10 billion bytes, and because 10 billion bytes time 100 possible ASCII codes of the, because the bytes can be anything, you have basically 2 times 8. So you just have a calculation 2.8, say power. So it's 10 gigabytes power 2 power 8. I don't know what it does. This is the total amount of the possible numbers there it is coming, and that's quite a lot indeed. Well, think it about this way, that 2 and so on. When you put the power drivers, I was mathematics. It's crazy. You get it. It increases so exponentially that you get so big numbers that there is really nothing in the universe, even all of the atoms and particles and energy and quarks are not going to be even close, so that Dama won't be able. So it's quite possible that this mathematics these numbers are just simply too big for any use in the reality, except maybe some mathematics theories. But again, well, hello everybody, welcome. We always get the new people's all kinds of size of words. Yeah, I didn't know about that. It's crazy. He's got the new channel. Jeez. Yes. Guess what? Everybody have their own new channels these days. Yes, they're brand new, and we have actually, well, yes, amazing. How are you doing, Mr. Popexy? Very nice. I enjoy after all your music. It's been pleasure to listen up a bit. Yes, just keep it on. I hope to meet you this summer. Maybe with the summer camp if you are going to Miller for Colorado. Bye-bye. Are you work Mumbai and Mumbai? However, I was so many thinking about doing a business there. An entrepreneur. You have to be able to sell anything in the street these days. No labs, no rules, no restriction. I mean, I was interested if I could go to Mumbai and start my own, except for selling bottled waters. A similar thing at bottled waters. And remember that you still have a sanitation water supply in Mumbai. They consider this. We can actually sell a lot more bottles of the water than almost any other thing in the areas. I guess it because every day there is some 10 billion bottles of the water sold in the Mumbai, even more, 20 million bottles. In the years it's got amazing billion bottles, and this so I say there's 20 million bottles of the water every day, or 20 million bottles in a year. It is meaning that because it's 365 times that a number, it's quite a huge amount after all. I got it. There is 7 billion bottles water sold in this city itself, alone this city and it's around. So I would, if I would be started by the bottled water sold, example, this might be 1 liter bottles. If I put some price to them, example 5 rupiah might be cool, 5 rupiah. It's all of the days it is. Because if I start this a business now, I can earn myself it. If I'm alone in this, of course, and an owner and holding all the agreement investment, I myself it won't earn as much of well, what you thinking about? Maybe very possible the 20% of the all the price of the bottles, because I sell it quite cheap, but I still have to pay. But if I get 20% of the 7 billion, or the total amount will be 70 billion rupiah of the 30 years. 70 billion rupiah, I get 20% is 40 billion rupiah. I will be earning 40 billion rupiah, of course, without taxes. Counted by the day, so 40 billion rupiah per year selling in one big town of the paper water. that is extremely good business opportunity to everybody, and I think so there is absolutely no reason at all not to be started here today and now after my own choice. Nobody really would have judged. Yes, they wouldn't really associate themselves to my service. I don't know what it is about me or somebody else. Alright, let me see around. What do you see you guys are doing? You all are stage. Alright, remember right now there is a very extremely amount of time when the people actually are not exposed to supposed to be any kind of rise to be done. Right now, look at this. If I don't separate myself by that rename, could I? No? What? Why not? I wanna know about the reason. Right. Alright, there it is. I did it very well. Now, alright, let's look at this. So what's up with that? Alright, let me see. Alright, in the time over, it will be exposed to the service. We got a task by task list to make it. Well, but that is extremely good business attitude. Selling puzzles, and it's just puzzlers, water. I mean, the point is here making me a money in any possible way as much as possible. Of course. Alright, how I can be started is the first question. Well, I need some capital first, but I can loan it from banks, but that might be not be possible for the best reason. The first is to start taking water here and sending a couple samples, creating a brand, or so in the Mumbai we might be having something neo-conservative, something big words or something. Usually in this country, this work won't be usable to having. But that's my biggest problem, of course, is the understanding what is it's all about. These things. There's a lot of people listening up there, looking for this warm up. I get a crazy idea that what about